Hello students, here we are going to learn about the chemistry of the aromatic compound. We have to understand first what are aromatic compounds. In some definition, it is given that which smells very pleasant, a very aroma, a very good aroma are called as a aromatic compound. Okay, that is one of the property of the aromatic compound that aromatic compound will be a very good smelling, good aroma it will have, but not all aromatic compound are like not all good smelling compound are aromatic. So there are special definitions of the aromatic compound that we are going to learn further in this lecture. So, deriving the very important aromatic structure we will be learning in these lectures will be a benzene. Now we know how the benzene look. This is the first structure which was given for the benzene was by Kekulé. Okay, his name was August Kekulé. Somewhere here in the I think year 1865. In the year 1865, he gave a structure. He gave a structure this way. Okay, which we follow presently. His structure was this, but he was not able to like this structure was accepted widely, but many aspects were there which he was not able to explain when experimentally it was tested. So this is the structure. What he says that according to the Kekulé, this was the structure. Like we know this is a bond line structure. Usually this is a carbon, this is a carbon, this is a carbon. Here is the carbon, 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 and the carbon. And here there is alternate carbon-carbon double bond. And if you see, all the carbons are double bonded to one another. And there will be hydrogens over here. There will be hydrogens this way. Yeah, this was the structure actually which was proposed by Kekulé. Now, what he said that what he said is that a benzene ring structure is regular hexagon, right? Regular hexagon. He said that it is a regular hexagon, but experimental, like he did not say that it is a regular hexagon. He gave this structure. Okay, he gave this structure. If this is the structure, means a double bonds are always smaller than that of the single bond, right? This is a double bond, this is a single bond, this is a double bond, this is a single bond, double bond, single bond. So here, if that is the case, then benzene should not be a regular hexagon, right? Means benzene structure should be somewhat this way. This is a double bond, right? Then this way. It should be somewhat this structure because these bond lengths are greater, higher because these are single bond. It should be this structure, but experimentally it was observed that all the bond lengths of benzene are equal. All the carbon-carbon bond lengths were equal. Usually speaking, carbon-carbon single bond, carbon-carbon single bond length, carbon-carbon single bond length is 154 picometer, right? And a carbon-carbon double bond length is 139 picometer. This was the structure which was proposed by Kekulé. Now it should be this, okay? But experimentally we were getting all the bond lengths to be equal. What structure proposed by him was this? Actually, it should be this, no? If it is a double bond, single bond, double bond, single bond. So there was second aspect which was not able to prove is reactivity. We know that alkynes, right? Alkynes are more reactive than the alkanes because of the presence of the double bond. If this is the ethine, if I am drawing, this is ethine. This will be always more reactive than that of the ethane, right? This is the thing we know. But if there are two double bond, Okay, or if I want to compare this alkyne, sorry, this is not a alkyne, I made a mistake, it is alkene. This is a alkene which will be always more reactive than the alkane, right? The second structure I will write, that this alkene will be more reactive than this, that is, this butene will be more reactive than this, because there are two pi bond, more is the number of pi bond, more is the reactivity, isn't it? But in the benzene, if you see, there are three alkenes, three pi bonds, right? So this should be, I can say that benzene, according to this structure, benzene should be three times reactive than ethene. This is alkene, right? This is ethene, okay, because there are three pi bond. But that is not the case. Benzene was showing a extra stability. Benzene, although it is having a three pi bonds, still benzene is much more stable than that of the alkene. Okay, this was the second thing which was not able to explain by the Kekulé. Now we'll go for the actual structure of the benzene. Next is orbital structure of the benzene. I will write orbital structure of benzene. So this structure, orbital structure of the benzene, I will just draw open chain structure first. There is an alternate double bond over here, and one more structure I'll draw. Okay, let's not draw this double bond. Let's not draw this double bond. Now we know that every carbon over here is a sp2 hybridized. This carbon is sp2 hybridized. What is the meaning of sp2 hybridization? Is that a structure will be this way. The sp2 hybridized, I can write, this is what the structure of sp2 hybridized orbital. Energy of the all the lobes are equal over here, and there will be always one unhybrid which is not hybrid p orbital over here. Means at every point there will be a orbital this way. It will be on this carbon. I'm just showing a rough picture. This is a sp2 hybrid orbital which is present on this carbon, and there is a unhybridized p orbital. Same picture will be over here. Same diagram will be, same orbital picture will be over here. A hybridized. This will lead to one sigma bond, and then there will be one more which is not involved in bonding. I will show it this way. It is not involved in bonding. This is the orbital which is not involved in bonding, right? And these are the p orbitals which are not involved in bonding. So this type of orbitals will be present on every carbon. So this type of orbital are present on every carbon. Means I will draw this way. This carbon, connected over here. This is the another carbon. Means what I can say is that on every carbon there is a p orbital. On every carbon there is a presence of p orbital. Unhybridized p orbital, which usually forms the pi bond, right, on every carbon. Like this is the p orbital. Now here two ways of overlapping. See, whenever there is a overlap of the pi orbital, pi bonds, sorry, whenever there is a overlap, parallel overlap of the p orbital, we call that to be a pi bond. If you see over here, the overlap which is possible is this. This can overlap to form one pi bond, then this will overlap to form another pi bond, and this can overlap to form a third pi bond, right? Means this is going to lead a structure this way. The other possibility is that, like, we are not shifting the any positions of the p orbital, but other possibility is that this is the structure. They can overlap. Now they can overlap, these neighboring, these two can overlap, and these two can overlap, right? So this is going to give me a structure. This is going to give me a structure of the benzene. Okay, these two structures are possible if these are the p orbitals. So these are called as delocalized pi electron. So delocalized pi electron means or we can say delocalized pi bond means what happens is that the electrons are distributed all over the carbons uniformly. It is delocalized pi orbital. These were the structure which were proposed on the orbital structure of the benzene. Further, finally, we come to the conclusion that resonance. What is the meaning of the resonance? When one structure cannot be, when one molecule cannot be defined by one structure. Okay, there is one molecule, its properties, all the properties cannot be defined by one structure. Then we can take the help of more than one or two structure, and that is what the resonance we call, right? So resonance structure of the benzene was this. Means this is one structure. I'll mark this as A, and the other structure is this. Okay, so neither A or B giving, like, independently A and independently B was not explaining all the properties of the benzene. Like, we have to take the help of these two structure, and the overall, the resultant structure, we sometimes write a benzene, many times benzene is represented in this way, pi electron. So this is how the benzene is, and it is very stable compound, very stable compound. So now here onwards, let us understand something called as aromaticity. This benzene is highly stable because of the aromaticity. Let us discuss about the aromaticity. A scientist whose name is Eric Huckel. Okay, in the year 1931, these dates, this name of the scientists, we should appreciate them because for their work, we should remember them because of their contribution to the chemistry. So Eric Huckel, sorry, this is the name of that scientist who proposed the aromaticity theory of the aromaticity. There are three types of compounds. That is, one is aromatic, highly stable, very the stability is very high. Then there is non-aromatic compounds, and there is something of least stable is anti-aromatic. From here onwards, we are going to learn about the compounds of the aromatic. What is the meaning? First, let us understand what is the meaning definition of the aromatic compounds, and we will solve some example to understand it better. Okay. So here